This is the era of Web 3.0. Basically, if you browse the history of the web, it's like this: Web 1.0, Web 2.0, Web 3.0. It's an era of Web 3.0. In today's time, every application is dynamic in nature. Dynamic application means when you do some activity on the web page, you will get a response. So basically, you can interact. You can just talk with the web application with your browser. In other sense, it's like a two-way communication with you and and between you and your web page to which you are interacting. So if I take the example of let's say if I go to this our website of 4ctraining.com, to give just a very simple example of dynamic interaction, like this is a register here. This is a register form. When you just fill your details here, when you just press on register now, your details, your name, the course you have selected, your email, your phone number goes to our server and stores in a database. And in the response, our server shoots a welcome mail or a course introductory mail to you on the mail which you have filled in this form. So basically, this is called an interaction with this website or this page. So this is called dynamic thing. If I take one more example of dynamic thing, let me show the Amazon.in website. It's a very popular site. We all know. We daily basis we do shopping on this. If I just make an account on this, let's say if I just start here. Amazon.in saying that please enter your email or mobile number and then continue. Then after that, it will ask you to fill your demographic data like your name, email, your phone number, basically your profile info. So when you just do it and press submit button, all your information goes to Amazon server. And in the response of this, Amazon returns a username or an email or a password of yours. That boss, your account has been created. So with the help of this account, for the next time, you can enter in the Amazon.in and buy things, buy products. It save your preferences, it's save your profile data. So basically, it's a dynamic in nature. When you just go to search box and you just type something, like you want to buy a purse, you want to buy a mobile, you go to search box, type mobile, type purse, it will show you suggestions of different brands, different companies, different configurations. So basically, Amazon server is responding as per your behavior, as per your request. Amazon is returning a response. So basically, it's a communication. However, it's not like you are talking with Amazon, hey, Amazon, just show me the mobile, hey, Amazon, just show me the purse. You can also do it via like Alexa and Google things. But in this case, you are getting a response. So this is client-server communication, client-server model, and dynamic web applications. So in current time, everything is dynamic. When you're going to be automation tester, or currently if you're a manual tester too, or if you are doing some testing things, so you can check everything is dynamic. You have to do dynamic test cases. And how this communication work, we will study this just after some time. These communication are doing via APIs. So that's why all these things are necessary to understand, so that when we are going to work as automation tester, we need to make the things and scripts according to this dynamic nature of the web. Okay, so I hope you all understand what is web application and what is dynamic web application. Is there any doubt in this communication so far? Anyone? Any doubt? He or she can raise and unmute his or her mic and ask to me. Is it fine for everyone? So I think this is fine for everyone. Okay, yeah, great. You can answer in chat too. Okay, so it's fine for everyone. So let me go to next. Okay, so now we will discuss the client-server model. Basically, as we can see this picture. This picture is self-explanatory thing. We have this center thing in the of this image is called a server. Basically, you can see it. It's a kind of CPU only. If you people get a chance to visit a data center or to visit, like say, if in your company there is some IT room or data center. In this, you have seen that there are some racks. On these racks, there are some CPUs are there, and some many cables are inserted and lights are blinking. So basically, these are server rooms where your central processing units are host, your applications are host. So these are servers. So in actual way, server is nothing. It's a premise. It's a like a your place with some special facilities, with some special racks, with so many CPUs installed there, a dedicated lease line connections, so that there will be seamless internet connection there, cooling system to make machine cool, so they work in a seamless manner. So these things are called data center, and these machines are called server. Basically, these are computer itself. And on these machines, there are some dedicated softwares are running on it, like your virtualization softwares to make them partition to give access to different users, like say, like a hosting, web hosting, we can say. So it's a shared resource, or it can be a dedicated resource too. So in just later discussion, we will discuss about shared and private cloud, basically the difference between both. So this is the server, and with the database. So when you host your application on this server with the database, it can be accessible over the internet via some address like facebook.com, like amazon.in, like your 4ctraining.com. So when you just hit that URL in your browser, it sends a request to this basically your server, and in response it gives you back the result, your web page, your login page, or some data which you have requested. So these are so many clients communicating with this central server and getting request and response and ongoing between them. So this is a client server model, basically. And this is the basic, you can say, a basic root or a spine of a web application or a web thing. So this is client server model, we can say. I think it's also fine with everyone. Anyone if has doubt, he or she can anytime can unmute and ask me. Okay, so this is client server model. Now we will discuss about cloud. As we all know, this is a very hot term nowadays. Cloud computing, cloud, Google Cloud, Amazon, Azure, Microsoft. So basically, some like say, you can say like 10 years back in the industry, uh, there is a concept of cloud, but it was not so popular, and people are mainly using services from dedicated data center providers. Basically, there are some main data center provider in India, like NetMagic, for example. So these data center, what they are doing, they are providing a storage services, like hosting services for the companies, and they are providing dedicated server for communication. Let me show you a picture to get better understanding over it. So I hope this picture is viewing to everyone. So basically, in the center of every image, you can see a cloud shape structure. Basically, it's just a notion to represent a cloud. Cloud is nothing but a premise, is a data center with so many computers running there with dedicated internet connection, and they are providing storage service, web server services, load balancer services, application host services, databases services to the companies, as in this image we can say. So this thing we called cloud. And if these services are providing dedicatedly means like in a data center, you have booked the entire rack. So that rack will be dedicated to for your company only. So this dedicated connection that only you can use this resource are called private connection. You can say private cloud. And if these rack are shared between many users, however, they are shared between many users, but still there is a software to make partition between them. Obviously, else your data will be visible to anyone, or it will be like a data breach. So it is not like that actually. However, it's a shared, but still it is divided. And in another case, you can say sometimes it's dedicated. So dedicated means it's a private cloud. If you are using a dedicated service, if you are using a shared resource, then it is called a public cloud. So cloud refers to servers that are accessed over the internet and the software and databases that run on those servers. Basically, as definition says, clouds are servers जिनको आप again you can access over the internet, and softwares and databases are running on those servers, and these services and database we leverage via making accounts on different cloud service providers. So if I take some of the examples like AWS, your Azure, are some public clouds. Let me show you the AWS console. We have made one account on AWS console for this demonstration purpose. So let me share this tab. So I think screen is visible to everyone. Is it visible now? Okay, great. Yeah. Okay, it's visible. Fine. So this is the AWS Management Console. Basically, AWS stands for Amazon Web Services. So Amazon, your Amazon.in, the popular e-com site, also has this service of providing these cloud services. So Amazon Management Console, you can see basically it is providing compute services. It is giving EC2 instances. EC2 instances are nothing but our servers. So what they have done, they have made this console. Via this console, you can directly interact with the servers that are running on the data centers. Okay, so Amazon has two data centers in India, one in Mumbai and one in Chennai and Hyderabad, I think. So via this console, you can directly interact with the servers. You can, like for EC2, you can take servers and one of the, like if I type RDS, so RDS is a relational database service. With RDS, you can access a database. There are different type of database are there. Uh, these are providing direct services, managed services. So this is we called a cloud. Another example is Google Cloud. So Google is also providing cloud services. Amazon is providing cloud services. Microsoft is also providing cloud services with the name of Azure. So this is the cloud. So I think the definition of cloud and what is cloud, I think is clear to everyone. So it's fine. Can we proceed? Okay, great. So after cloud, we will discuss about the framework. So the understanding of framework is necessary because this is the time, I mean, in this current scenario, this is the time of structured programming language. There are so many frameworks available in the market for different languages on which developer do development. And framework, you can say it's a structured way of doing a programming. A framework is a predefined structure. It provides a you predefined function, some predefined classes of that particular language in which you are going to do a code. Like for example, if I take the example of PHP, PHP is a very common server-side language. Everyone knows about PHP. And in nowadays, Laravel is the framework in the PHP, and CodeIgniter is the framework in the PHP. In the Java, Spring Boot is the framework in the PHP. And the even like Cucumber that we will going to learn in this course is a framework of the Selenium automation. So framework, you can say a software framework or a framework is a platform for developing application. It is giving you a base to develop application over it with some predefined function. So you can do programming in a structured way or in a fast manner. So this is called a framework. So it is a structured way of programming. It saves the time and efforts of the programmers. So this is a framework. So if you do browsing, if you're going to just install a Cucumber framework, if you are going to install a Laravel, if you're going to do go to the internet, just browse yeah, the framework of your favorite language, download it. You will see it has some predefined structure, it has some predefined folders, it has some predefined classes already there. So you can use them, leverage them, and just start coding. So it is very efficient way you can to start a code. So this is the framework, we can say. I think it's also fine with all. And after framework, we will discuss about API and database. So this is important point to understand and learn. As I said, today's time is the dynamic web time. So every time you do any action over the web page, on the basis of that action, you will get a response from the web server from that web page. So how this communication is working? So there must be a connection between your request and server. So basically, when you do some action, some sort of data goes to the server. Server read, understands the data, and on the basis of that understanding and the logic that we have defined on the server, basically we are sending some information like you want to create an account on the Amazon, you want to register a course on the 4C training website. So we are asking for your name, email, phone number, and the course. Select the course. So like when you're going to make an account on the Gmail, on the Amazon, on the Facebook, it will ask your date of birth, your name, your gender, etc., some information. So on the basis of that information, when you just press the submit or hit button, it calls an API. It calls an API, and that API contains this data and send this data to the server. And there is some logic on the server as well. Server extract the data from the API and read the data and do some processing and give result back to that API, and you will get the response. So API, the full form of API is the application programming interface. Basically, it's an interface via there is communication between your client and the server, and there is some specified form of data in the form of XML or in the form of JSON. As the API is written, it transfers between the client and the server, and accordingly you will get the request and responses. So application, you can say in a layman language, it's a bridge. Application is a bridge between your front end and your back end. Via this bridge, there is a communication of data happens, and you interact with the applications, with the server, and these data and server that are coming from server just reflect on your UI, on your front end, or you can say on your client side. So this is the basic understanding of APIs. And now what's the role of database here? So database is a storage service. In a layman thing or in a simple language, database is a storage in which your data is stored. And your data can be stored in a either structured way or a non-structured way. It depends. There are different type of databases, SQL databases, NoSQL databases. So we will focus on SQL databases here. The most common term we know that MySQL. So database stores the information that is coming from the client side and stores it in the database. Like if I take the example of again Amazon.in, when you create an account on Amazon and when you go to your profile section, you can see your name, your email, your last name, your by default address that you have stored, even your card information that you have stored there. So in database, this information stores. So database carry these information, store it itself, and when and whatever required, we can fetch this information from database to via queries. So there are some queries via we can insert, update, and fetch data from the server, from the database. So this is the API and database. So these are all prerequisites that are required for this course. and we have discussed all prerequisites there. So if there is any doubt in any point, then please ask me. So later on, there will be no issues with the course and understanding of things.
Anyone, any doubt here? Or any question related to the topics we have already covered till now?
So people are there, or only just they have joined the session or mute the mic?
I'm not sure. Anyways, so if you have any doubt, I mean, either you can ping us or you can you feel free to ask, so that all the things are clear. Okay.
Okay, fine. So we are getting responses on the chat that no doubt till now. Okay, great. So it's a good thing that everyone get everything. So okay, so let me continue then. So after these prerequisites, we will start about the testing. As we all know, this course and this webinar is for automation testing. So just before to start the automation testing, we all at least must know what is software testing and what are the different approaches for the software testing. Okay, maybe we all know about this, but still in a technical manner, it's necessary to understand the software testing thing. So, what is software testing? Software testing is a method to check whether the actual software product matches expected requirements and to ensure that software product is defect free. So, basically, for example, if I want to test any application, so as per definition, uh, is a method to check whether the actual software product matches the expected requirement or not. So, to start the software testing, it is necessary that we must know what is the actual function of the application under test, isn't it? Because if we don't know the exact function of the application in test, then how we will check the application? So it is necessary to start the application, that the application under test, we must know its actual functionality, how it works, and what is the scope and nature of this particular application, so that we can check it in that way only, either manual or automated. It depends which approach we are taking to test the application. So this is the way to do and start the testing and to ensure that software product is defect free. First thing I want to clarify here, nothing in this world is defect free. I am repeating this line, nothing in this world is defect free. Everything has some defect, either small or big. Maybe it is not visible in its entire, you can say, lifespan of the any software and any application. But if the application under test working in a proper manner and giving desired results, so we consider it as a okay and defect free. Okay, so this is the, you can say, benchmark or a level to declare a software is a defect free. And different approaches. So basically, in a broader way, there are two ways to test an application: by a manual approach, and second one is via automated approach. So let me discuss both. So what is manual approach? Manual approach is a manual testing, is a type of software testing in which test cases are executed manually by a tester. As its name says, manual testing. Someone is doing the testing and test cases manually. So I want to clarify this term test cases here for better understanding. As we discuss in the application, that it should work, in expected requirement. So what will be the test cases? Basically, the expected requirements will be the test cases for the application. Like say, if I take the example of a telephony application in your mobile phones. So what is the use and what's the purpose of telephony application? It should call to someone. When you dialed a number, it should call to someone. You can search contact there. You can via contact, you can go to message part, and the basically all the functionality that telephony application is doing. Or if I take any other example of like say WhatsApp. WhatsApp is a messaging app. If technically we say WhatsApp is a messaging app, so what is the basic use of a WhatsApp? It should send and receive messages. You can share media files, you can send media files. So the expected functions of the application will be the test cases for that application. Fine. So if we are checking and doing these expected requirement, or you can say these test cases by a manual approach, by a person testing this manually without any tool, so this is called a manual testing. And again, the purpose of a testing, or you can say manual testing, to identify the bugs, issues and defects. So bugs, issue and defects. So is there any malfunction in the application? If application is not doing in an expected manner, if the application is doing some random crashes, it is not opening, or it is closed in between, or when you're doing something it got crash. So to find all these things, to ensure that it is working in a proper and a fine manner. And when you do these things via manual approach, via manual function, without any tool, without any script, without any coding, so this is called the manual approach and manual testing. So technically this is the manual testing. Now uh, there are different ways, you can say, or a different approaches to do a manual test. So first one is black box, second one is white box, third one is gray box. Usually if I only consider the manual testing in the industries, or as a mobile tester or as a web application tester, if you are doing manual approach, so never not to mind, but in 80 to 90% we are doing black box testing. So black box means you have only application in front of you, its user interface, you are interacting with user interface, and you are just clicking on the buttons, you are just like interacting with the web elements. If for example, if I take the example of like a application, like some government site, if you are doing, if you are filling some form there, if there is a, your manager has assigned task to you that this is the website, go there and test it. And on this website there is a form, you want to fill that form and submit it, and check it whether it is submitting or not, or it is accepting desired data or not. So what you are doing, you are just going to that website, you are filling that form, filling your name, information, email, and checking that it is taking name field. Yeah, it's fine, it is taking name field. Instead, it should not take the phone number in the name field. For example, it should take email in the name field, number in the number field, name in the name field, or there is some attachment option. So attachment option is working or not, whether you are able to upload your documents or not, etc., etc. So you are doing only this thing. Basically, you are not able to access the backend part. You are only doing the front end thing, and your knowledge is limited to this. So this is the black box approach, and most of the cases we are doing black box in the industry. If I take the example of white box, so white box is just opposite of black box. In case of white box, you have access of backend as well as front end. If there is any issue on the front end, you have also access to the backend code. You can check that this issue may be due to this piece of code or this part of line. So you can alter that and commit that, save that, rerun that. Maybe that issue was. So this is called a white box, when you have access of internal data, internal structure of the application. And gray box is in between of black and white. It's like a mix and match. You have a front end access as well as little bit knowledge of backend. Key boss, this thing is working like this. So this is a mix and match thing. So this is gray. So broadly, these are three approaches for manual testing: black, white, and gray. So up to this point, if anyone has doubt, then please tell me. I think it's clear to everyone. So we can continue. After this, we will discuss about testing types. So there are some words that I have written here. So installation testing, smoke, sanity, acceptance, beta, performance, security, compatibility, regression, alpha, negative usability. So these are not only words. Every word has its own meaning and own definition, scope, and practical approach to do the testing. If I take the example of like say, acceptance test, for example, you are a manual tester. Okay, you are a web application manual tester, and if I discuss the example of a company structure, like there is one development team and there is one testing team. So development team developed has some application. A first version is released internally for the testing purpose, and it goes to the testing team. So testing team first, what they will do? First, they will do initial testing, whether it is acceptable to do the test or not. First, they will do the acceptance testing in the terms of you can say initial manner, whether it is acceptable to test or not. They will do sanity test on it. They will do some random checks, or for example, there is a functionality of login. First of all, there is a functionality of login. If you go for login functionality, you sign up on that application and it crashed. Even you are not able to do sign up, you are not able to do login. So first step, it fails. So your sanity testing, that particular application fails in the sanity test. So you have declared that it is not even able to accept that application for testing purpose. So these are some examples of you can say testing. So however, these are the part of manual approaches. So we will not go into deep there. This will be the part of manual testing course. This is a different course another way. So we have read this because we want to just understanding the what is testing, what is manual testing, and what is automation testing, and how these are different. So next one is automation approach. We have discussed about manual approach. Now we will discuss about automation approach. So automation testing or test automation is a software testing technique that performs using special automated testing software tools to execute the test case suite. Uh, okay, so definition. Okay. So basically, automation testing is a way to do the testing or execute your test cases via some automation tool, or via some you can say a testing tool that execute the test automatically, or you just writing a code, or you just writing some scripts like we will do in Selenium. In initially Selenium, what we do, basically we do initial some small programs like to open a browser, to log in into Facebook, to log in into the Gmail, to make an account on the Gmail, to make an account on the Facebook. The things that you are doing manually via your hands, you are doing testing. So when you do these things via some scripting language, via some tool, with the help of like say some local servers or some ID, like for example in Selenium, we will do this via Selenium. We will use Selenium jars. We will use Eclipse as ID. We will use Java as scripting language. So with these approaches, some tools and frameworks, if we do these things, so this is called the automation testing and automation approach. And basically the end purpose of automation approach is to save time and cost and to enhance the profit for your organization. So that's why automation testing is so much popular. And even if there is a task of manual testing, still companies are asking that candidate must know the automation approach. If in case required, he or she can do automation as well as manual testing to save the cost and efforts for the company. So this is the automation testing. So anyone has doubt in any of the point or any discussion? Hello. So is it fine for everyone? Yeah. Great. Okay. So we have discussed prerequisites. We have discussed basics of testing, And okay, so I think we should continue now. सबको सब clear है तो we can continue. Hello.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So in next, you can say next. Basically, we have covered first level of this course, and we have studied prerequisites, basic of testing, and everything. Now, in second level, we will be going to start Selenium. And as I said before, for the Selenium, we will use Java as a scripting language. So in the next level, we will understand what is Selenium, what are the different types of, you can say Selenium. Different types means Selenium WebDriver, Selenium Grid, difference between them, how they work, how we will be going to use them. And we will use Eclipse. So in next session, first we will install Java. We will see how to install Java. We will see how to install Eclipse. We will see how to export Selenium jars in the Eclipse. So basically, we will do the entire configuration in the next level, or you can say next session. And we will just start with our first Hello World program of the Selenium, and we will understand all aspects, each and every line of the code of the Selenium. And as we are doing scripting in Java, so there are many and various concepts. So Java will come into picture during the Selenium scripting. So parallelly with the Selenium, we will do Java concept understanding as well. Else, if we will not do an understanding Java concept, it will be tough as we go deep into the course, because uh, as I can say, however, it's a Selenium, it's a tool to automate web, but the basic steps that are involved, like if conditions, if there is some condition is this, then we need to do execute this, else this, or we need to do some comparison between elements, or we will to store elements in the list and arrays. So for this, basic Java concepts are mandatory and necessary to learn. We will learn those parallelly and relate them real time with the Selenium code, and we'll get the understanding of both. So this we will be going to learn in next session. Today we are, I mean, just uh, basically breaking stop this session here. And I request you to all please study all these things, all these terminologies very well, so that you will get the better understanding of all these concepts. If anyone has any doubt, he or she can just ping over the group, interact with me. I will get you the answers. And else you can also mail to us at the info@4ctraining.com. And for the like the day after tomorrow sessions, we will also take the doubts first if anyone has any doubt, and we will start with the installation of Java, Eclipse, and Selenium jars. So in that session, be ready with your systems, or you can do, I mean, parallel installation with me. If there is any doubt, I will guide for the installation and configuration. And after configuration, we will start our first program. And for each and every program, you all will get the link of the GitHub. So you can download each and every program from the GitHub link, so that you can practice it in real time or later on. So thank you all for today's session. If anyone has any doubt, then please, again, I'm saying feel free to ask.
Yeah, hello, this is Aarti this side. So just wanted to confirm. So in the group chat there was mention info about the 3 days training. So is it only for 3 days, or it is going to be
Uh,
more than that?
no, it will continue. It will continue. To get more information over it, you can just send over a mail, or you can just DM to us, just direct message. Our representative will revert over it.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So for I mean, just to have an idea, like for like roughly, like
Mhm.
can you give me idea like how long this training will go? Like 15
So
days, month, or
yeah, so Aarti, so this training session is kind of 3 days of training, like it's 1 week training, where you will learn the basics of all. Like it's not just the basic of one thing, but you will also learn Java, Selenium, how to use that API and all those things.
Mhm.
For I mean, if you want to have a broad case and do lot more scenarios and do lot of practice, then we do have other programs also where we can help you and get into the real scenarios.
Okay.
So in this training also you will get a lot of real scenarios and work on this. So don't worry about this. You take this session first. If you have any other query, we have numbers, we have so many contact details. You can anytime ping us, call us, or get more details. Don't worry.
Okay.
Right?
Sure. Thank you.
And Aarti, I want to add one more point here. After for today's session, I will give the terminologies that we have discussed, some little bit summary about the session. So you all will get the idea of the means the summary of the today's session. This will help you to learn and browse the thing over the internet to get the better understanding over it.
Okay.
Yeah. So will everyone will get a good and you can say a proper guidance for each and every query and support.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah. Welcome. So, anyone has any question?
Yes, I have one query.
Yeah, hi Kriti.
Is there any possibility to prepone this? I mean, training, because this is the time when we are actually when I'm coming from office to home, and I'm
Mhm.
not able to installation part. I'm not able to do an installation part in while traveling.
Okay, no worries for this. Okay, for that you will get a proper video to how to install the Eclipse, how to install the Java. For this thing, you will there we have made a separate video sessions for this. You will get the link of those videos that will guide you. I mean, very good way. Still, you have doubt, you can just reach us. We will support you one to one too.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
So we,
Welcome.
we we are also planning for weekend batches, so we will keep you updated, right? So and we also stream in YouTube. So in any case, if you miss something, you can go and check the recordings also.
Okay, thank you.
So there'll be sessions on weekends also. We'll update you. So you everyone, like if you can join the groups we have made. We have groups in Telegram and WhatsApp. In those groups we keep on updating the study material, the tools which we use, and the updates about the training and other sessions. So it will help you to not only get the documents but also learn, and you can also discuss there. I mean, if you have any doubt while working on it. Hmm? So anyone else?
Anyone has any doubt, then please feel free to ask related to course, related to orientation, course orientation, related to study material, related to code videos. Anyone has, if any doubt. Fine for everyone.
So I think today is okay, right? So
Mhm.
thanks, Harsh, for the session.
Yeah.
I hope everyone enjoyed the first day of training. I mean, it is started from the very basics. And if you have any doubt, any query, please note it down so that next session, which will be held at 11 Feb, day after tomorrow, we'll be having 10 minutes of query session. So in case if you want to do some practice, if you want to ask something, we will clear it out, right? And one more request, please speak up. Please ask too many questions. That can only help. And try to join on time, because if you miss initial 5, 10, or 15 minutes, it is quite difficult to catch up. So we request you to join on time.
And you can also
And
subscribe
also,
to our channel to get the latest video update and latest update on the courses and also some important like free access of videos.
yeah. So I think we can wrap up here. Thanks everyone. Please join day after tomorrow session. It will be there. We will be there at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah. You already have the links, and please circulate these links to your friends also, so that more people can take the advantage of the training. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank